Hey everybody, this is Trish with Peregrine Designs, and I know there's a lot of great YouTube videos out there already on how to make a great tissue cover that holds some hand sanitizer, but I kind of have a nice dimensions that I really like this one, and I've been fiddling it with a while, so I wanted to go ahead and show you what it does. Obviously, you have the tissue holder. You can buy your tissues. I buy tissues at the dollar store, and I tend to like the Kleenex a little bit more. It's a little bit taller and it's a little bit thicker, so I tend to like the Kleenex variety a little bit better than this one. This will work, but it's going to be a little bit looser, so I like this one better. And then you get your hand sanitizer at the dollar store, and you get them in a group of 2. So I would recommend that you go with those. Nice thing about this is it has a box corner, which is nice. It gives a little bit of form. And also you can put your hand sanitizer in the pocket on the back. So let me go ahead and show you how to make this and what your fabric cuts are going to be. You're going to need 3 cuts of fabric. And the first cut is going to be for the pocket right here. And this is what the public will see hard. So this one you want to be your showcase fabric. Each fabric is 5 3/4 inches wide. So your pocket, and I'm going to make this my pocket, this is going to be 5 3/4 this way by 9 inches this way. Okay. Your second piece of fabric is this piece right here. It doesn't get shown a lot. This is the outside fabric. This is what I call. This again is the same cut. I'm going to use my pink here for the outside. This is 5 3/4 wide, again by 9 inches long. And even though I have kind of seam here, I've got a little bit of white, selvage from the cut. Don't worry about that. I'll go ahead and take that up in the seam allowance. Your third piece is 1 inch longer, and your third piece is going to be the lining piece, and it wraps over and it creates a nice little trim, kind of a peekaboo. This piece again is 5 3/4, and this is 10 inches long. Okay, so go ahead and cut your fabric. You don't need to do anything special to your fabric. Go ahead and cut it, and we'll go ahead and start putting this together. Here's my pocket fabric. What I've done, if you have directional pocket fabric, make sure it's going north and everything. What I've done is I folded in 1/2 inch, and I folded over 1/2 inch. So I've got roughly 1 inch worth of fabric in here. I've gone ahead and pressed it. You can go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and go ahead and sew that. I don't tend to do that because I enjoy stitch witchery. It will hold beautifully. This is a 1/2 inch stitch witchery. It's a fusible webbing, and it will hold that beautifully. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to fold it down. And this way I don't have to mess with having a particular thread in my sewing machine. Any color thread will work because you don't see it. So that will hold forever and ever. Here is my outside fabric, and this is the same width. This is 9 inches. Here's my pocket, and I'm going to go ahead and put those together. But I do want these to line up nicely along the top. So what I will do is I'll use my ruler, and I will come down 1 1/4 inches here from the top. I've got 1 1/4 inches here, and I'll go ahead and put my pocket right up to that. That means that what I've done is when you've done that precisely, your pocket here will transition right across from each other and you won't be off. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and pin that. And I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, and I will sew down the sides, and I will sew down, sorry, I've got resin all over my fingers. I will sew down with a scant 1/4 inch on each side, a scant quarter. I'm going to come back with a 1/4 inch later, but for now I'm just going to do a scant. Alrighty, I like what I've done. I've gone ahead and done a 1/4 inch or a scant quarter on each side here, and you can tell this is the pretty side of my pocket, and this is the pretty side of my outside fabric. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do, this is my peekaboo fabric or my lining fabric. This is the right side. This is the wrong side. I'm going to go ahead and put the wrong side where it's facing me and the pretty side down. So these are right sides together. Go ahead and put those together. And I always try to put them together where here's the top of my pocket. Put this on top because you know your cutting may be a bit wonky periodically. I'm going to put it where it is just on the top here, and I'm going ahead and tag that, put this side on top. Yes, I know it's a little bit larger, but the reason why it's larger is because you have that peekaboo effect. And I'm going to put it over here. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is do a full 1/4 inch on both sides, all the way down, both sides, full 1/4 inch. Okay, I've done my full 1/4 inch on each side with the right sides together. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and everything. Let me pull it out the wrong way so that you can see and say, oh my gosh, I messed this up. This happened to me the other day, and I said, how did my pocket get wrong? Your pocket's not wrong. Go ahead and, because your pocket is on your peekaboo fabric, go ahead and put your pocket over here. Now your pocket is good. See what see? Anyway, so don't despair. If you look at your pocket and you say, oh my gosh, my pocket's wrong, it's not wrong. You just need to flip it back to the right side. All right, I'm going to go ahead, and one side, I'm going to go ahead and make it flush right here. And go ahead and iron it. Okay, this side, I'm going to let that excess fabric creep out, peekaboo out. Nice. Alrighty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the fold. Okay. Make sure the peekaboo fabric, this fabric right here, this needs to be the first one folded in. So we're going to go ahead and fold that in, lining up your tops. Your bottom sometimes can be a bit wonky, but your top should be good, because this, I wanted this to be just like that. Your peekaboo fabric goes down first. And I want to make this fold 2 3/4 inches. So go ahead and find 2 3/4 inches, which is right there. You can see 2 3/4 right there. Go ahead and iron that. Now your next fold, this fold without the peekaboo, this goes over, and your final fold is 3 3/4 wide. And that's 3 3/4 right there. Iron it. Pin it. And you can see that it's 3 3/4 inch wide. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the machine, and I'm going to sew a good solid 1/4 inch on this side and a good solid 1/4 inch on that side. Be right back. Okay, so far so good. I've gone ahead and sewn it all down. Now you've got a lot of rough edges in here. If you have a serger, go ahead and serge that and clean that up. My recommendation is you do a 3-thread narrow and clean that up. If you don't have a serger, I would go ahead and trim it with my scissor, and I just do an easy zigzag on that. Do that on the top and the bottom. Okay, that's very pretty. That got all prettied out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the box corner. We're going to do this piece right here. And I like this because it gives it just a little bit of a squareness so that it fits that tissue box just really nicely. So what we're going to do is, how you do that is go to one of your corners. Here's your either your zigzag or your serge. And I'm going to go ahead. It doesn't matter if it goes down or it goes up. It doesn't matter. Just be consistent. Whatever you do over here, make sure it kind of matches over here. And I'm going to put that, sorry, I keep on banging my camera here. I'm going to put that where the serge is right in the center, and I'm going to go ahead and come out 1/2 inch. And I'm just marking it here so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to sew right along that 1/2 inch. That will give me a pretty miter or a pretty box pleat. And I'm going to do that on all 4 corners. So come in 1/2 inch. Make sure that you're coming like this, not like that, not like that, but you're coming dead on. You're cutting where this is perpendicular, and go ahead and sew. Make sure and backstitch a bunch in here too, because you won't be able to get to it. And I'll be right back. Alrighty, I've gone ahead and box cornered all of those. So I've got 1/2 inch in on all 4 corners. So let's go ahead and see if we like it. Hopefully. Okay, finished product. I think that looks pretty nice. I like the box corners turned out nicely, and you've got enough room to go ahead and put in your hand sanitizer without the need for a gusset, without the need for elastic. So I liked that style a little bit better. When I go ahead and sell these, this is a 6x9 cellophane envelope-y thing. I'll go ahead and put this in here. Put the hand sanitizer in the other side like this. Then what I will do is I will use a, oh, sorry, I should have had this out. Then what I will do is I'll put a neon thing, tissue holder with hand sanitizer, so that people understand what you're trying to do, and then that goes in the front like this, back here, like that, and then this gets folded over. You pull off the protective piece here, fold it over, and that's how I go ahead and display it so that people know what I'm doing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoy making these. These actually sold pretty well, and so particularly given COVID, yeah, they sold real well. So I hope you enjoy these. This was a real quick project and great for your stash of fabric. Take good care, and thank you so much for watching. This is Trish with Peregrine Designs.